Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shreyashi, a software engineer by profession, and I like to make videos on skincare, travel, lifestyle and food. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about this topic since a really long time, which is retinoids basically. And since the time of pandemic, maybe probably this ingredient has kind of gauged a lot of attention in the skincare world, and a lot of people, like people who are obsessed with skincare and in general, people are really attracted to this ingredient, and they are trying to incorporate this ingredient into their routine as soon as possible, and not realizing that although this ingredient is very powerful and one of the best available ingredients for anti-aging, but if not used properly, it can do more harm than it can do any good to your skin. And that is why I really wanted to talk about this topic and kind of do my research also and explain it to you, what are retinoids and why are they used and who should be using them and how should they be used. Alright, so without any further delay, let's get started. Retinoids, which are a class of vitamin A derivatives, are excellent anti-aging ingredient. Although people interchangeably use the names retinol instead of retinoids, but it's actually retinoids, and retinols are just a subset of retinoids. They have several benefits, and few of those benefits which really stand out are, as I said, it's an excellent anti-aging property. How is this anti-aging? Because it boosts collagen production. As you age, your collagen reduces, and you need to boost that collagen by applying external ingredients, and retinol being one of the best ingredients again. And you also have peptides, so retinols and peptides, excellent ingredient for boosting collagen production. What retinoids also do is they help you in cystic or hormonal acne. A lot of people, especially in teenage or even in 20s and even in adult acne that you get, you suffer from a lot of cystic or hormonal acne. Retinoids treat that hormonal acne, and the most potent form of retinoids, which is retinoic acid, is used to treat that cystic acne, which we'll come to later on. And they also help reduce the blemishes and spots. And another wonderful thing that it does, it helps reduce the fine lines and wrinkles on your face and gives a glowy looking skin. Alright, so these are in a nutshell like major benefits of retinoids. So talking about retinoids, as I said, class of vitamin A derivatives, starting with the least effective, least irritating are retinol esters. People are usually prescribed retinol esters, or people should usually be starting with retinol esters because they are very less effective, and at the same time they're very less irritating. So it's good for a beginner, okay, so that your skin can adapt to retinoids, the skin can adapt to vitamin A. Alright, then the retinol esters, when applied, gets converted into retinol. Retinol is again good for beginners, but retinol also comes in different compositions. It can start with 0.1%, goes up to 1%, alright, and 10 to 20% less effective than the retinoic acid, which is down in the chain, but they are again encapsulated format, and they also will be prescribed to beginners, and the beginners should start with retinol. I started with 0.1% of retinol, and I am now on 0.5% of retinol, but it's not like you have to increase your percentage. You can stick to 0.1% throughout your life, because since the earlier you start, the better, and you just have to be more consistent with it. The retinol, when applied to skins, are not active. They get converted into retinol, which is next in the line, and they are again less effective, gentle, but again more effective than, like, they need to be broken. The retinols need to be broken down into retinol. A lot of products do also have retinol in it and not retinol. And then the most potent, most effective and most irritating are retinoic acid. Retinoic acid also comes in different percentages. They are in 0.001 category, so 0.001, 0.002%, 0.003 and so on and so forth, depending upon your condition. Mostly these are prescribed to people who are suffering from hormonal cystic acne. They also come in oral format. You have tretinoin and retinoic acid interchangeably are used, and tretinoin or isotretinoin, which is like the oral form of tablets of retinoids, So that are also given to a lot of people who are suffering from cystic acne. It's very intense. So yeah, this is the whole class of retinoids, and this is basically the theory portion of it. Now, when it comes to retinoids, you need to be really careful, because although it does a lot of good work, it can also harm you if not used wisely. And as I was saying also before also, that since it has become a rage in the skincare industry, everybody is using it and they don't even know why are they using it and how are they using it and does it even being beneficial to their skin. So when I see people in their teenage years or in their 20s and they love to kind of experiment with these products, you know what, kids, you do not need it. You do not need retinol in your life, because it's doing nothing for your skin, and rather it's just making your skin more sensitive and to sun especially, and you should not be using it in your 20s or your teenage years. Please just apply your sunscreen and just apply your moisturizer and be happy with it. Don't use a retinol in your 20s or your teenage years, please. You can start using retinol in your 30s. That's when the collagen production eventually reduces, so it will just boost the collagen production. Again, when you're in 30s, you don't really have fine lines and wrinkles as of such, so it's not going to help you in that aspect, but again, it can help in boosting your collagen production. You can start slow in your 30s, all right. So there are certain rules when it comes to using retinol, and these rules will go one by one. So first and the foremost is start low. You don't have to jump to 1% retinol or 0.1% of retinoic acid. No, please, please, I'm begging you, don't do that to yourself or to your skin, because just love your skin. If you don't love your skin, you'll do that. So start low, start with maybe 0.1% if you're a beginner. I would also suggest you to talk to your dermatologist about it if you want to incorporate retinol. From what I've learned and researched, it's always smaller the percentage, the better. So start with maybe 0.1% retinol, or maybe start with retinol esters and then build upon it. The second rule is be consistent, okay? If you're not consistent with retinol, so see, when you are applying retinol, it's the first time your skin is adapting to something strange, okay? It has never used it, and it's highly potent, so it's going to kind of go haywire, right? So it can purge, and that really happens. That happened with me also. 3-4 weeks purging can happen. You don't have to get scared. Just be consistent. Just keep applying. That's fine. It will go away. It's just a phase. It will go away, and then your skin will get adapted to it, and it will work wonderfully post that. Third thing, so how much of retinol should you be using is not debatable at all. Small amount, pea-sized amount basically. So I don't have, like, I have this retinol which I've been using, I'll talk about it, but this is in a dropper format, so maybe I'll show it with another cream. This is like a vitamin C serum, so this is the amount that you should be using, this much, this for your entire face, okay, not more than this. The next rule is do not exfoliate the same night of using your retinol. If you are using your retinol, exfoliating acids like AHAs and BHAs, don't use retinol, because they don't go well. I've also talked about it in my previous videos. If you've seen those, if not, please go and see those. So these don't go well together. So maybe you can alternate. If one night you're doing your exfoliation, then the next night you can apply your retinol. So please be aware of that. Next thing is, if you are new to retinol and if you feel that it's irritating your skin a lot, maybe you can start with buffering, okay, or maybe like sandwiching your retinol. So post washing your face, what you do is, instead of applying retinol directly on your bare face, you apply a layer of moisturizer and then apply your retinol and then apply another layer of moisturizer. So you've kind of sandwiched it in between. It's going to lose its efficacy a little bit, but then something better than nothing, right? So apply your retinol at night, okay? Retinol breaks down under the sun. It makes your skin more sensitive under the sun. So please don't apply it in the morning. It will not work as effectively as you might want it to be working at night. So apply it at night and always follow it up with a sunscreen the next morning. It's extremely important. As I said, it makes your skin extra sensitive to the sun. So please be mindful of that. And the next thing is your skin under your eye and around your mouth. It's very sensitive, it's very thin, so maybe you can avoid those areas if you feel it's very irritating and it's not suiting well in those areas. So you can avoid it. If your skin is able to tolerate, perfectly fine, but if not, you can avoid those areas. And the last and the most important is if you are a woman who is pregnant and is breastfeeding, please don't use retinol. Doesn't suit you, doesn't suit the baby, doesn't suit you. Avoid using retinol for maybe 2 years and you can start it all over again. So talking about what all retinols are available in the market, currently I'm using this one from Ordinary, which is their 0.5% in squalane. I was using the Retik A 0.1%. It's a good starter point, so you can also start with this one. And this one is 0.5%, so I've jumped from 0.1 to 0.5%, which surprisingly is a big jump comparatively, but it didn't irritate my skin. It's encapsulated in squalene oil, so I think the hydration level was maintained, is always maintained. I use it 3 times a week and it works really well, as in it doesn't irritate or my skin didn't purge and all of those things. And about the efficacy, it's been proven, it's been researched, it's a wonderful product, so you can always use this one. I think they also have one in 0.3%, but if you're looking for a higher percentage, you can go for this one. And then you also have Olays. I always read about Olays retinols. They come in serum and they also come in moisturizer format. So it's a very, very good starter point. Costs around 1,000 bucks, but it's a wonderful starting point for beginners. And then there is also Verse, which was recently launched by Nykaa in India, and they also have their I think 0.1% or 1%, not completely sure, but encapsulated retinol, and it's an amazing product. Then for people who are looking for like a higher percentage of retinol, then there's Paula's Choice 1% retinol, beautiful formulation and amazing, works amazingly well. And then one of the most expensive retinols available in the market is the Murad. It's I think 5,000 bucks, but it's again beautiful formulation, works amazingly well. And if you're able to shell out that much amount of money on your retinol, then please, I would highly recommend you to use Murad's retinol. And yeah, for people who are looking for retinoic acid, which is always prescribed by a dermat, you cannot get over the counter. There is adapalene gel in the other countries, adapalene gel in India. Then there's different gel, which is quite famous in the French pharmacy. These are all retinoids, and they also are used by a lot of people in their 40s, in their 50s, and they help boost collagen production, of course. They also help in reducing fine lines and wrinkles and gives a beautiful glow to your skin. So if you are in that age group, you can definitely check out these, but they will be actually given to you by your dermatologist. You cannot go ahead and purchase it as it is. So yeah, that was it. That was all what I wanted to discuss with you regarding retinols. I hope it answers some of your queries, and basically it gives you more understanding of how this ingredient works and who should be using it, who should not be using it, and how you should be using it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and please comment if you have any questions or anything you want to ask. I will be really happy to help you all. And yeah, I will be back with a very amazing video super soon. So stay tuned, and until then, bye bye.